So, hello, welcome, and namaste. I'm reporting from Goa, and this is just gonna be a brief report on my experience of Goa as a place, of Goa as an energetic vibe, and Goa as the people that are living here and moving around over here, and yeah, the general experience of me. I have been here now for exactly 3 weeks already. It's pretty crazy because there it already starts that the experience over here, and I believe it is a thing for me which is related to India as a place because I've been traveling to India more times. And this is also a thing that I've experienced in Rishikesh is that somehow time seems to be moving slower, but then also somehow faster. I know that sounds crazy, and that's also why I feel and believe that everybody should go and travel themselves throughout these places to see, experience, and sense and really taste the place with the elements, with their own being. So that is one facet of it, that the place itself has a different mode of being in that sense that the experience of time is different. Um, then coming to the atmosphere of the place, meaning the weather. We're now living in March, actually mid March, heading towards end of March, and that means that the season in Goa is also about to end, given the fact that around this period of time it is very hot during the day. Right now, I believe we live around 2 p.m. and a lot of people are doing their siestas, and the shops are closed, given the fact that it's now around 34 degrees, which is hot, especially when you're in the city. If you're close to the sea, which I'm lucky and blessed to be, then because of the water element it balances out, so it feels less hot. That's a beautiful bridge towards the different locations in I want to say Rishikesh, but Goa. um, so Goa is mainly being separated between North and South Goa. North Goa is known to be the more touristic, hippie slash spiritual place, and South Goa is more considered to be the old Goa, where you can also still see the history of the remains of when the Portuguese were here with the old churches and everything. So that is South Goa. And then North Goa, you have a little bit more of the aesthetic dance events and lots of beautiful performances, which are also there in the south. But north is known to be really the place for the spiritual practices such as these. And then, of course, you also have Middle Goa, which is Mapusa, and I believe Anjuna Beach is still to be viewed as North Goa. But mainly, it is separated between those two. And then you have the personal experience of me, of the people, and the vibe. Starting off with every place on this planet, no matter where you go, um, you would have nicer experiences with certain people and less nice experience with certain people. And that is also the case in Rishikesh, and that's everywhere around. Um, Given the fact over here, though, I'm specifically in the hub, which is called in North Goa, which is called Arambo, and Arambo is the spiritual place. And we live in 2026 right now, and I feel that spirituality has gotten a certain stamp on it, which people believe that you have to be a certain way in order to be spiritual. And I feel that in certain places that is being carried as an identity over here, and not so more about what spirituality is actually about, according to me, which is being kind to people, which is being loving towards people, and at least not being rude or not having the attitude of I'm better than you, or bringing other people down. And this whole explanation of me of the more negative part of the spiritual side, I must say that I haven't really experienced that in Rishikesh at all. I really have to dig deep to think about it, so that already states that it's not that prominent at all in Rishikesh. But over here, I did experience such things, unfortunately. And I feel that that is part of this place also. And that is my personal experience. I've also met a lot of cool and warm hearted people, which I feel very blessed and lucky to have met. And it is not a judgment, it is a observation. And this is my personal observation. So you might come here and you might not notice that at all. You might come here and might notice that. In that case, you have been pre-informed on it. That's all on that matter. Then you have the beautiful music scene. I believe that is the most magnificent part of Goa. I feel like there are a lot of musicians coming here from all over the world, not only from India, but you have all these beautiful jams and get togethers around the bonfire. And people just come here and they meet each other, and the one plays the flute, the other plays the bass, one plays guitar, the one is a singer, and everybody just combines and creates a band. And then beautiful creations come into being. And especially when you love music, this is just the place to be. Given the fact, especially if you like Indian classical music, for example, tabla or sitar or bansuri, then you would be very much satisfied over here, given the fact that they also bring it here and towards an evolution of combining the classical Indian music with electronic. And whether we like it or not, we are always going through an evolution, and that's also the sense with music. So now there is the movement also of AI music, where you can just fill in your desired vibe, your own text, and your BPM, and the vibe. Even you just have to click a certain pattern and a song comes out. My personal opinion on is that actually there can come very beautiful things out of it, but I feel like that is maybe still a bridge too far for a lot of people. And this is the sort of the in between the Indian classical music as it is, as from physical instruments, combining it with electronic music just gives a beautiful overflow of this evolution. And it's just nice to experience that in life also. For example, I went to a concert of Sitar Sonic, he's called, and I didn't even know he was playing. And I came in, and the first thing I heard was Om Namah Shivaya, and he was playing on his sitar. And then I heard some, yeah, I believe it was psytrance on the back also, and I just was amazed by it. I was like, oh wow, this is just such a surprise. So I believe that is just the most unique part, so far to me from Goa. I still have another 2 weeks to experience here. Actually, no, I have a week and a half to go see. It's difficult to uh, catch track of time here. And then the dance scene is also very much prominent. To express yourself is here. I'm about to go this evening towards a drum circle, which is just also nice to experience. And yeah, so far it is a lot of enjoyment and a lot of learning also for me, like immensity of learning. And it's like a new world that's opening up. So the last thing I want to state about it is that a lot of people that are actually from Goa and from India have mentioned that this place has changed a lot, and that it is not the place that it used to be. And somehow I can sense that also, that this used to be a different place. But then I believe, just as part as the music evolution, there is evolution also in places. That is, the same goes for Rishikesh, the same goes for the place where you're living. Every place is continuously under change. We are also, as human beings, continuously under change. So this place is also changing. I believe that is just part of the process of life, and also of places. And that also is the beauty of the nostalgia, that you then uh, can grasp back to. And especially psytrance over here, of course, psytrance has the beautiful music scene of psytrance has been seeded over here, and rooted over here, and flourished over here, and it's still very much prominent over here. But from what I feel from the real OGs that I've also met and encountered and spoken with, that this will probably go towards Thailand. There is a place which is close to Koh Phanang and Koh Samui. I've been to their festival, which is called Sola Luna, and they feel that the psytrance scene is gonna move towards Thailand. So let's see. Um, I might attend one psytrance classical party this evening, which is called Shiva Valley. So I'm very curious on that, because I wanted to go to that classical OG party. Let's see what the day brings, and if I'm still being guided towards that, yes or no. And for now, I'm signing off, and wishing you guys all the best. Love and light. Arti.